Welcome to Global Watch. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. Good evening. Tonight we bring you a story that is not just making headlines but is actively reshaping the very foundations of global trade and geopolitics. Across continents and beneath the radar of many, a new force is emerging. A train whose journey is rewriting the rules of international commerce and power. This is not just another infrastructure project, it's a bold statement on the world stage. Stretching an astonishing 5,300 kilometers, this steel dragon forges a direct link from the industrial heart of China all the way to the bustling capital of Iran. Launched in May 2025, it's a marvel of modern engineering and ambition, crossing deserts, mountains, and borders that have long divided East and West. But this railway is more than just tracks and trains. It's a strategic artery, quietly redrawing the map of global influence and challenging the old order that has dominated for decades. For generations, the world's most vital trade, especially oil, has flowed through narrow sea lanes like the Strait of Hormuz, routes constantly under the watchful eyes of powerful navies and vulnerable to sudden disruption. Now, this new overland railway offers an alternative, a land corridor that sidesteps those maritime choke points, making it far less susceptible to blockades, sanctions, or military threats. It's a game-changer for nations seeking independence from the uncertainties of the high seas. For Iran, the railway is nothing short of an economic lifeline, opening new doors for trade and investment at a time when international pressure is at its peak. For China, it's a secure and reliable route for vital resources, strengthening its position as a global economic powerhouse and deepening its ties with the Middle East. The stakes of this project became starkly apparent just weeks after the inaugural train's arrival, when US and Israeli airstrikes targeted key Iranian infrastructure, including sections of the railway itself, highlighting its strategic importance and vulnerability. Iran's response was swift and dramatic. A parliamentary vote to close the Strait of Hormuz, instantly escalating what began as a trade initiative into a potential flashpoint for military confrontation and global crisis. This is no longer just about moving goods from point A to point B. It's about who holds the keys to the world's supply chains, and who will shape the future balance of power. Tonight, we'll delve into the railway's origins, trace its ambitious route, and uncover how it has become both a shield for Iran and a vital pipeline for China's ambitions. We'll also investigate how this steel artery has become a new battleground, one where economic interests, military might, and political ambitions collide in a high-stakes contest for the future. Join us as we uncover the facts and untangle the complexities behind this monumental shift, a story that could define the next era of global relations. The dream of a land route linking China and Persia echoes the ancient Silk Road, a network that once carried not only silk and spices, but also ideas, cultures, and innovations across continents. For centuries, merchants, travelers, and diplomats braved deserts and mountains to connect distant civilizations, forging bonds that shaped the world. Today, the China-Iran Railway stands as a modern answer to that ancient vision, but it's also a product of contemporary geopolitics and technological ambition. Steel rails now trace the paths where caravans once journeyed, promising faster, more reliable connections. This railway is a cornerstone of China's Belt and Road Initiative, a sweeping plan to link China with Asia, Europe, and Africa through a web of infrastructure and trade. It's about more than just moving goods, it's about building influence and fostering cooperation on a global scale. The route winds from western China through Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan into Iran, crossing vast steppes and arid landscapes. Making this vision a reality required not just laying tracks, but also harmonizing customs, regulations, and logistics across 4 diverse nations, each with its own interests and challenges. China led the way, providing crucial financing and diplomatic muscle. For Beijing, the railway is a strategic investment, opening new markets, securing supply chains, and strengthening ties with key partners along the route. For Iran, the railway offers a lifeline, an opportunity to reduce dependence on maritime routes and to ease the economic isolation imposed by international sanctions. It's a chance to reconnect with neighbors and global markets. Central Asian nations, meanwhile, benefit from lucrative transit fees as trains cross their borders, turning geography into economic opportunity. They also gain from major infrastructure upgrades, transforming sleepy outposts into bustling hubs, and positioning themselves as vital links in a new transcontinental network. The groundwork included building new rail crossings, bridges, and border facilities, each a testament to international cooperation and engineering prowess. A pivotal 2025 summit in Tehran brought together regional officials, who mapped out plans for a seamless transcontinental network, setting the stage for even greater integration. This railway isn't an endpoint. It's the beginning of a larger vision for Eurasian connectivity, promising to reshape trade, diplomacy, and the very map of the future. The railway's inauguration in May 2025 was historic. The first freight train left Xi'an, China's ancient Silk Road capital, and arrived at Tehran's apron dry port after a 300-kilometer journey. The train carries Chinese-manufactured goods west and returns with Iranian petrochemicals, minerals, and agricultural products. This two-way flow is efficient and balanced, fostering economic interdependence. The rail route slashes transit time from 30-40 days by sea to just 14-15 days, a game-changer for businesses. Faster delivery means lower costs, more predictable supply chains, and less exposure to maritime risks. With global shipping costs surging, the railway's stable pricing makes it a highly attractive alternative for high-value, time-sensitive goods. The railway's true significance lies in what it avoids: the world's most vulnerable sea lanes. Choke points like the Strait of Malacca and the Strait of Hormuz have long been under U.S. naval watch, making them strategic pressure points. China's economy depends on oil passing through these narrow waters. Any disruption could be crippling. The new railway creates a land bridge, bypassing these maritime risks and reducing China's vulnerability to blockades. For China, it's geopolitical insurance. For Iran, it's a path to trade that sidesteps Western-controlled waters. Iran's economy, once reliant on seaports, now gains logistical independence and leverage. The railway allows Iran to trade with China on a large scale, free from adversaries' control. This shift strengthens both nations' hands in global negotiations. The balance of power is changing, on land, not just at sea. For years, U.S. sanctions have tried to isolate Iran, targeting its oil exports and financial access. Maritime trade has been tightly policed, forcing Iran into risky covert shipping. The China-Iran Railway changes the game, creating a land corridor outside Western oversight. Goods and payments can now move without U.S. or European intermediaries, making sanctions far less effective. Iran gains a stable export channel and reliable revenue, helping to stabilize its economy. The railway is a purpose-built system for sanctions evasion, giving Iran new autonomy. By launching before the U.S. could impose new banking controls, China and Iran ensured their trade remains in their own hands. This signals a growing confidence among sanctioned nations to build parallel economic systems. China's economic rise depends on imported energy, most of it shipped through vulnerable sea routes. The Malacca dilemma, reliance on choke points, has long worried Beijing. The new railway to Iran is a direct answer, providing a secure land route for oil and gas. While it won't replace all seaborne imports, it offers a vital backup in times of crisis. Iran, rich in energy but hampered by sanctions, is a natural partner. The railway enables oil trade with less risk of interference, deepening the China-Iran alliance. China's pivot to Iran reflects shifting regional priorities, as instability in Pakistan makes other routes less reliable. New consulates and investments show Beijing's commitment to Iran as its Middle East gateway. The railway's launch triggered immediate geopolitical shockwaves. In June 2025, U.S. and Israeli airstrikes targeted Iranian infrastructure, including the railway, signaling its perceived threat. The attacks turned a trade project into a front line in a new kind of conflict: a war over supply chains and economic architecture. Iran's response was bold. Parliament voted to close the Strait of Hormuz, a move once unthinkable without the railway. With a land route to China, Iran could afford to escalate, plunging the region into a tense, 12-day standoff. This was a direct clash between sea-based power and a new land-based network. The conflict showed that control of logistics can rival military might in shaping global order. Experts worldwide agree the China-Iran Railway is a game-changer. In China, it's hailed as a landmark for the Belt and Road Initiative and a step toward a multipolar world. In Iran, it's seen as a breakthrough. Finally, a reliable trade route to a superpower, insulated from U.S. sanctions. Western analysts warn it's the most significant blow to sanctions in a decade, accelerating the alignment of China, Iran, and Russia. The railway is more than infrastructure. It's a symbol of a shifting global order. Sanctioned nations are no longer waiting for relief. They're building their own systems. As one expert put it, this isn't just about trade, it's about autonomy. The railway gives both nations new freedom to pursue their interests, independent of Western pressure. What does this all mean? Why does a single railway command the attention of world leaders, analysts, and everyday people alike? The China-Iran Railway is more than steel and tracks. It's a symbol of a world in transition, a physical thread weaving together distant economies and cultures. It challenges the maritime-based global order, bypassing choke points and Western influence. For centuries, oceans and canals dictated the flow of goods and power. Now, a new path is being carved across continents. For Iran, it's a lifeline, a chance to break free from isolation, to connect with new partners, and to revitalize its economy through trade and cooperation. For China, it's a milestone in energy security and belt and road expansion. It means faster, more reliable access to vital resources, and a way to project influence deep into the heart of Eurasia. The project strengthens a new axis of nations building alternatives to US-led systems. It's a statement. The world's balance of power is no longer fixed. Recent military flare-ups show the stakes are real. This is a contest over global supply chains. The world is shifting, and the competition for secure, uninterrupted trade routes is intensifying. New corridors of influence are emerging, redrawing the map of global commerce and alliances. Every new rail line is a new possibility, a new risk, and a new hope. The tools of power are evolving too. Technology, logistics, and data now shape the fate of nations as much as armies or navies once did. The railway rivals the Suez and Panama Canals in its potential to reshape global commerce, offering a land-based alternative that could change the rules of the game. Its full impact is still unfolding. Will it bring stability or fuel new conflicts? Will it unite regions or deepen rivalries? One thing is clear. This single railway has set in motion changes that will shape our world for years to come. The dawn of a new trade era is here, and its story is only just beginning. Good night.